After I'd removed all the paint off my coffee table, I moved it to a corner of the parking lot and started the process of sanding. Sanding was a very new and difficult process for me, a lot of learning curves. That damaged section of wood in the middle of my coffee table ended up being damaged through the veneer, so I just kept sanding and it kept getting worse. And do not even get me started on the sandpaper. My sandpaper kept gumming up, and so I started using a coarser grit. I switched from a 120 grit to an 80 grit, which definitely helped with the gumming problem, and I was able to get the top somewhat sanded down evenly. As I kept working on the project, I realized I needed a couple more things, so I made a quick stop at Home Depot to get this sanding block and more sandpaper.
Looks like someone's doing a project. At first I saw the tar, I was like, someone's spray painting it or something?
No, I'm trying to like stain it. I'm not gonna lie, I set up my station right next to the garbage can, so people kept coming to throw away stuff and wondering what in the world I was doing in the corner of the parking lot. At this point in the project, I was sanding down all of the sides. I had a million questions like, how do I get into these little grooves most efficiently? I did the best I could with what I had, but if I were to do it again, I would buy some foam-backed sandpaper to get the job done right. I genuinely wanted to cry when I realized I had to sand this in-between part, which was so difficult. Please excuse my terrible sanding form. I was pushing way too hard down on certain corners of the sander because it gave a more immediate result, but it overall made the sanding job way more uneven. It was hard on my sander. I realized that you can be much more efficient with the sander by just letting it do its job, not pushing too hard down, and doing circular, even motions throughout the process. Let's just say this definitely burned me out from sanding anymore. Usually you're supposed to go back and sand down with finer grit, but I decided to skip that step and go straight into conditioning my wood. I decided to condition my wood because I was nervous about that center damaged piece of wood in the middle. I found that if you condition your wood beforehand, the gel normally spreads on more evenly. I was so excited to stain my wood. I thought that I had gone through the hardest parts of stripping and sanding, and the staining part would be so satisfying and easy, and let me tell you, that did not happen in my case. I do not know